Hello, everyone, and welcome. Hey, Bay. Welcome, everyone, to Decentraland Art Week's Awards Gala presentation. We're super excited to be here. Bay and I got all fancy for you, dressed to impress. So we are hoping to meet you all in world. So if anyone's new, welcome. This is the third day of Decentraland Art Week. We are really excited to be bringing in so many immersive artists to have interactive, engaging experiences here within Decentraland for a 4-day festival. We've had 40 artists, 32 cubes as part of the MESHfair, live performances, artist tours, all collaborating to work through some mazes. It's been a ton of fun. Bay, what's been your highlight so far?
There has been so many. It's for me, every time the community starts interacting with one of these installations, I'm just frantically cameraing, taking screenshots, just talking to the artists about how their installations change when community members start interacting with them. We've had swings installed in labyrinths. We've had people creating a pajama party on Eba Yue's installation in her Soul Sanctum cube. We've had dance parties kicking off in capybara sanctuaries. That's the fun bit for me and the magic happening, that we have these 32 artists that create these astonishing installations within Decentraland, and then our community come in and create this extra level on everything. It's such an exciting part of every time we do an art week in Decentraland.
Yeah, it's been evolving kind of every day. I feel like day one was more chill and day two was very exploratory. Everyone was like listening to the art talks, jumping in, seeing how the cubes kind of maybe felt different or evolved since the day before, or how they feel when there's a lot of people in them, or switching themselves to a realm where there's no one else in them so they can experience it kind of in a solo gallery-like experience where it's like quiet all around you. And then today has been very like party vibe, I feel like. Do you agree?
I agree. What's been your highlight so far?
Oh, my highlight. Struggling in one of the cubes to try to collect all of the bunny masks has been a lot of fun.
We're looking at you, SidXO. Like, dude.
Yes, so hard. I got one. I still have one. But that's been a highlight. I really enjoyed the artist talks. As someone that doesn't consider myself like an art connoisseur in any way, I really like listening to the inspiration behind it, seeing how they made it come to life. I see a lot of work in Decentraland in my role. So for anyone that doesn't know, hi, I'm Kim. We didn't do this. I'm the head of partnerships and marketing here at Decentraland. So I see a lot of different things that happen in world. And I'm always so impressed when we put on an event like this, where we do have an open call to kind of see what new creativity comes to play and how people really step outside the box. So, Bay, since we didn't do it first, hi, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi. I'm Bay Bachner. I'm the producer of Decentraland Art Week. 2024, I was a producer last year as well. And in doing so, I founded an art fair called MESHfair, which is the art fair for VR, 3D, and metaverse creators. And this is our second year of installing MESHfair in Decentraland. And this year it's been a collaboration between MESHfair and Decentraland to create this joint plaza of having the 32 MESHfair cubes and then 8 community created galleries around those installations. It's all come together to create these 4 days of chaos and craziness and madness and just really incredible art installations that we can all explore.
Yeah, for sure. Bay and I will be taking naps after this.
Yeah.
So far. But so far it's been great, and I've loved being able to share Decentraland with first-time creators. I think we've had so many first-time creators. I lost count on this year, but so many different people that really stepped outside their comfort zone and brought that creativity they have into a 3D virtual space. When we've been talking to the artists, what have you found to be their biggest challenge and their biggest like surprise and excitement? I know they've talked about that on a lot of the art tours.
Oh gosh, I think for most people, the surprise has been 2 things. Firstly, just the diversity of the cubes. When you walk in and there's that moment of, wow, and every single cube is so different and reflecting the practice of the artist, the preoccupations of the artist. you just feel like you're walking into someone else's mindscape when you enter these immersive environments. The second thing is how everyone's enjoyed working with all the professionals on the Decentraland side. And I can't emphasize that enough. Like, our support team has just been incredible. Both on, we've had KJ Walker managing the support on the MESHfair side, and then we've had the amazing team, Julian, Stoyan, Sirs, JP, Pejo, like everyone. It's too many to mention on the Decentraland side that have all come together to create this show. And I've been talking to so many artists about their experience creating with Decentraland this time, and everyone has been so surprised by the standard of the new editor, the way that we've bug fixed in real time. We've had call out to everybody involved. Like, we've been trying new things like the quest. We've bug fixed it as it's been working, moving icons around the screen, really trying to respond to everyone's feedback and bring something together in real time. And it's been such a really positive response to all of that. So massive shout out to everyone in the Decentraland team that made that happen.
Yeah, and for anyone that's not familiar, the quest Bay is mentioning. So within Decentraland Art Week, like I mentioned, it's 4 days. Each day when you jump into Art Week Plaza, you'll be met with a little quest, which is to visit 8 of the cubes. It'll walk you through which cube to go into and experience. And after you've gone through and explored each of the 8 cubes, you can run up to the 2nd floor of the Art Week Plaza and claim your special gift from the foundation. So the first day, it was an emote of someone painting. The second day, it was a hat. The third day, today was probably my favorite one. Isa is the creator behind it, and she made an emote that is like graffiti painting that says, "I love art." So really fun to be able to claim that. And then tomorrow will be a shirt. So just make sure, if you haven't jumped in yet, to do that. Go through, get today's daily quest. If you tried on the first day and had an issue, I wanted to let you know we have airdropped it to you because we know that there was a little bit of a bug on that end. So anyone that tried, it should be in your backpack now. So be sure to check it out and start getting that easel out and paint away. I love the creativity the community's had with that one. The easel, I've seen so many pictures of people in the community being like, paint me like one of your French girls. And they're like, they're posing in different positions before the easel. And so that's been a lot of fun to see people interact with the free stuff that they get during these events.
Absolutely. And just responding in the fashion, so entering a cube, responding in wearables, emotes to the environment that your avatar's in. I think one of the favorite parts for me about Art Week is seeing the selfies coming through on social media, seeing how people are positioning themselves in the cubes, how they're dressing, how they're responding to the art. And I know that's something that absolutely delights the artists involved in the show as well. Like, so if you are within cubes, take selfies, tag the artist. It's something that we don't see in any other art environment. You can't go into a gallery and start changing your clothes in real time to respond to the gallery exhibits. And here we can. And then you can tag the artist in real time, share it with them, get their feedback. So we have 1 day left after the awards ceremony in terms of MESHfair and Decentraland Art Week. So if you have time to jump through the cubes, take some selfies, share them on socials, it's just a massive part of the show.
I thought my favorite example of that was yesterday when we were in the very 70s inspired cube and everyone started dressing differently. And then the people on the bed put on pajamas. So it was a pajama party. And then Tang had an amazing like disco-esque type outfit. And so I agree. The fashion in Decentraland is always top notch. But when they go in and adapt to the cube is something that I think a lot of people don't expect, but as soon as you're in there, you're like, oh, of course that would be the user behavior. Like, of course that's what the community would do.
And just these little interactions as well. We just went into Over Design's cube, Catatonia with the WIP meetup, and everyone's jumping on the teleports to create massive balls of avatars. So Over would have created these teleports to kind of take you sedately through the cubes to explore these different places. And so when you get 40 people in there in the same time, we're all pressing the same teleports to make these giant avatar balls within this interactive space. And it just becomes something so much more than a static art exhibition. It becomes very much this participatory experience that everyone can really start molding to their own, their own avatar, reactive. It's this new vocabulary that we kind of need as artists and art creators and critics to even start describing what's happening in these cubes.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't realize before the art tour today that you could both be in the same cube, like in the same ball in the OVA cube today. It was so cool to see how everyone kind of just were like, okay, let's all be in the same ball and then move together. So totally agree. The interactivity has been such a fun element that gets added to it. I love when we see artists that bring something that can't be done in the physical into these spaces. So go beyond what's physically possible and build something that is a truly unique experience. So really excited to see how everyone has kind of done that throughout. I am just checking in world. How is everyone doing there? I am getting our screens caught up. I am currently in world at 61, and I love seeing. Let me see if I can screen share this right now because this is
I
so.
think we need some shout outs as well to people that have just been so supportive during these
Yes.
tours. I'm looking across my big screen here with the community on it is to my right. Massive shout out to Derek. Derek has been there at every single tour with his magic flying. No one knows how he's levitating above everyone, but Derek,
Shout out, Derek.
Shout out Derek. Hugh Pow, obviously. Hugh Pow is one of our big art goers in the Decentraland community, being there every time with his emotes, really interacting with the exhibitions. And it's just so, for me as a producer and curator, it's so good to come into these spaces and see familiar faces. It feels like you have family with you. You have people there that you know are supporting you. You have people that you know, oh, I can relax. I'm going to do this tour, and I know that there are going to be people there that are really such enthusiasts and supporters of the artwork. And I know that makes such a difference to artists as well when they see familiar faces, people coming, really supporting them. It feels like they have a community in the virtual world as well as IRL with their own kind of art curators and collectors in their city. So huge thank you. I think there's so many people like BJ, Bonnie Breaker, one of our artists. She's been at every single tour. Just incredible. Kanzi's been to several. Let me see in the audience here. Argent, like huge shout out to Argent for everything that she does in the community. Really one of our active creators and curators here. KJ, obviously, for the support she did and just how knowledgeable KJ and many other community members are about what we can do in our environments. And I know as a producer, I can say, okay, I'm totally stuck. KJ, and I know that, okay, optimization, KJ seconds. This is the real strength that we have in Decentraland right now, and I don't see that in any other virtual environment.
Yeah, totally. And I'm just doing a check. Biometa, if you're listening, I just want to make sure the screen stream is changing because we are going to quickly announce the winners. So, Bay, are you seeing the screen on your end yet?
I'm seeing the screen.
Okay, perfect.
Me.
You're seeing us. Just wanted to triple check because it's not loading on my side, but I know I'm streaming this as well. So I will walk out of the scene and walk back in to make sure. If anyone isn't seeing the stream in world, sometimes you just need to walk away and walk right back so that it loads again for you. So just be sure to do that. I see there are so many people in the chat right now. So thank you, everyone. Hello, we are going to announce our MESHfair winners in a little bit. So Bay, can you talk a little bit about MESHfair and how that got integrated into Art Week this year?
So MESHfair started as a way for GLB artists to show their work because it's still pretty difficult if you're creating for VR and spatial computing to have a place in which you can show your work to many people. There aren't that many galleries that handle GLBs. There aren't actually that many AR platforms that can handle GLBs in a kind of seamless way for gallery goers yet. But all of us know this is the future of digital interaction. This is the future, and many artists want to be in this space and create for it. So MESHfair became this idea of creating white cube galleries in which people could display their GLB work, their practice, and also bring people together in this ecosystem. And one of the things that's been a joy in talking to the artists is how much it inspires us to see everyone's cubes, to see these things coming together, to see the wider galleries here as well, the people creating the bigger spaces, and how what they've used. Like, big shout out to Match Zimmerman, who's created the on-off pavilion, which we're going to dive to for our afterwards party at 5353, just pushing these textures, pushing what's possible. And that is how MESHfair started. And then in working with you, Kim, on Decentraland Art Week last year, we started working together on wider events, and it became this idea of integrating MESHfair into Art Week this year, having it so you can jump between them, teleport between the galleries and the cubes, make the cubes part of the quest of Art Week, really bring this together and complement with the bigger galleries and the smaller cubes, and see how that really changes people's exploration of the space. Hence the theme exploration that kind of came as this overarching idea for us this year. And I think some of the cubes have really run with this. Some have explored it in their own kind of quieter ways of exploring emotion, of exploring the artistic experience. And then we have these galleries that have just really run with how can we create spaces that as avatars we can really explore. So Archimesia's gallery, which is just this fine watercolor, textured space that really contrasts with what Match has created. And then, I don't know if anyone, a lot of you missed it earlier today. It was incredible, the tour of the Matterhorn gallery at 6767. It just, this amazing hour-long tour about Egyptian artifacts, the quest to find the lost labyrinth of Egypt underneath the sands in Egypt, explanation of what looked like really abstract artworks on the walls, but are actually progressive geological scans of finding the evidence for this labyrinth existing underneath. And then we had Shashwat Prakar create the Indian gallery, this space where we have 3 different areas in the gallery dedicated to different emerging Indian artists. It's something you can't find anywhere else, and just something that really comes together right now.
Totally. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we had 13 countries represented in the artists this year, which is so cool to have such a global group of people bringing their different cultures and experiences and artistic creations in world. So it's been a ton of fun. I think we need to jump to the winners. What are you thinking?
I think everyone's waiting.
Yeah, for sure.
We need to jump in.
So just so everyone knows, this MESHfair was curated by an amazing team of curators. And then from there, what we've done is the foundation is offering prizes to 3 of the cube artists. The criteria here was a diversity of art among the winners. It was innovation to Decentraland. So did you do something new and different in this space? And creativity, and how you used the theme of explore beyond reality. So those were the criteria we had for going through it. Honestly, it was the worst job trying to be a judge for this, because everyone brought such a really great perspective. The cubes were unbelievable. I spent the last 3 days going in and out of every single cube being like, oh, I didn't notice this last time, or I didn't realize I could do this in this one. So I just wanted to give a huge shout out to the artists. All of you did an amazing job. And this was a really, really hard decision for the judges. And everyone's a winner for sure. But we wanted to give out some key prizes for some of the innovations that we saw. So without further ado, I think we do a little drum roll and we share our videos here. So I am going to bring.
So just to mention to the community, the video is going to announce the winners. Is that right?
Correct. The video will announce the winners. I'm going to mute me and Bay for a minute. We're going to watch a quick video showcasing the winners and the cubes, and then we're going to come back and talk about it. And right after that, we will announce our special DJ and jump into a 40-minute DJ set and just kind of all celebrate together. All right, let's do it. Here we go. Oh, hold on. There's no sound. We need to have sound. I'm going to start it again just for fun. Hello, everyone. Huge congratulations to our 3 winners. We have Carla, Radix, and Kanzi. So just shout out. I'm sure all the emojis and claps are happening in world right now. But we're so excited. And there was such a range of art across these 3 winners. So Bay, would love to talk to you a little bit about our bronze winner, Carla's work. I know that cube was so serene and beautiful and simple. And I mean that as a compliment, because one of the things she talked about on her tour was just that you could add so many things. And she had to show so much restraint to not, and to keep it in that realm of serenity and calm with the interactions happening. So what were your thoughts on that piece?
Yeah, and I'm discovering more layers to it as well. We were in there earlier for a tour, and Argent pointed out that the walls move too, that the whole cube moves to kind of give these different sensations with the different pieces of interactivity. So if you haven't been already there, this is a cube by Colin Up. It is a very simple cube that you enter, and inside is a single avatar with 4 interactive buttons that you press. And these things change the avatar's form. And you can see that the lighting is really carefully baked into this space. It is very minimal, but incredibly impactful. It's one of the most haunting ones, I think, in MESHfair this year. You walk in and you have this avatar in front of you, and she changes her form depending on the different buttons that you press. And it changes completely as well when we had different groups of avatars in the space. So you have this sense of serenity if you walk in with one avatar and you can explore it. But if you walk in with a group, it becomes a really different dynamic between the central avatar and the people in the space. And I think that even surprised Carla herself when she was in the tour, these different layers of meaning that these artworks are given once we start interacting with them. And yeah, it's a beautiful piece. And I would urge anyone to take some time in there and also look at the walls and look at the space itself when you start to play, and how that then gives you different emotional responses to the 3D cube. I think it's extraordinary.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's one that you should spend some time in, because upon first glance, you're like, okay, there's not much happening. But once you start interacting and looking around, you're like, oh, this is intentional. This is really cool. I completely agree. I want to jump to this one by Radix.
Yeah, like this one is amazing. As Silver, I think it's just something I haven't ever seen before. It's taking
No.
this idea of generative art, things like FX hash, art blocks in 2D spaces, and moving it into a 3D interactive environment. So when you walk into this space, there are 6 different environments that you can flip between within Decentraland, all within this same cube. None of this has been rendered in GLB. It is all generative code. So every single texture, um, my language is going, volume, shape, it's there generated in real time in code for you, and it is linked to the music in each space. So you can flip between the different generations. You see them growing around you, and they don't stop until you pause them. So there's a tip from Radix when we were in here on our cube tour, was to just pause the work and then explore it. You can take these snapshots of a moment in time by pausing the code, and there's an avatar jumping around. These shapes have colliders, they're volumes. You can jump around, explore, really stop a moment in time and then start it again. I think it's extraordinary, and I'm really looking forward to see how Rob really moves this work forward. It started as a generative NFT project. It's now moved into a 3D virtual environment. He's building and building in Decentraland, and it's really, really exciting to see.
Totally. This cube was so much fun for me. I loved being in there. I loved the generative piece. I liked how it kept transforming as you went through each of the 6 experiences. So huge shout out to Rob on that one. And then jumping over to our gold winner, Kanzi. I mean, I'm just going to play this again because it really is so cool how, for anyone that hasn't been there, there are these doors. And as you go through, your experience changes. And so Bay and I can be in the box in the cube in the same time and be having very different experiences. So Bay, would love to have you talk more about this one.
Yeah, it's an infinite environment. It's an infinite environment in a 12 by 12 meter cube. So when you
So
walk into this
smart.
space, it's yeah, it's incredible. You walk in, you have a completely black cube, and when you move towards one of the walls, you get north, south, east, and west. A door appears, and if you walk through the door or click on the door, what happens is the environment behind you changes, and that change is based on your choice in picking the door. It's unique to you moving around, and
Mhm.
then as you start clicking on more doors, your environment changes, but again, generates based on your choices. And not only the environment, so these cubes start moving around, they start responding to you. When you walk towards the cubes, they actually move away from you and create a different pattern. And the voice, the audio track is AI generated as well. So it really has just brought together these levels of innovation, a 3D space, generative code, AI,
So cool.
soundscape, and interaction. It's amazing, and there's infinite versions of it.
Mhm.
You cannot reach the end of the versions that you're creating because each version responds to your choices before. It's Kim, how about you? How did you
It's
feel when you started
I
walking into
mean,
this environment?
I was mind blown. Like, I went in and I was like, "Okay, I don't know what to do here." And I was like, "Okay, there's a door." And then you were streaming and I'm like, "Wait, you're doing something different than I am. That does not look the same." And that's when we, you know, kind of unveiled all the layers to this. And it was just so beautiful how it all came to life. So, shout out to Kanzi for really I mean, I think the for our judging, it was like do something that we haven't seen done. And I think this really took it to another level with how that kind of came to light and all the different opportunities you could have to see something different. So I keep going in each day, choosing different doors and trying to see if I can do something different. So I definitely recommend people jumping in 6358 to explore Kanzi's creations. Again, congratulations to all of the artists. It was just, I mean, so great to explore all of them, the variety, the diversity of thought and creativity, the skill set needed to do this. Like everyone worked really hard, learned something new throughout the process. So I just want to give a huge, huge shout out to all of the artists for the work they've done. I know everyone at Decentraland and MESHfair really appreciate the work and time that you put into this to make such a beautiful experience for the community. So kudos to all of you. And I
Yeah,
think it's time to celebrate. I
I
think
think
we're
so.
gonna we're gonna do that. So I see in world the community is ready for a party. I would love to introduce you. We did a contest this year for a DJ to be the DJ for our awards gala, and really excited to see a new Decentraland DJ won our contest. So I would like to formally introduce everyone in the community to Tisa, who is going to be our DJ today. Bay and I are going to stand off to the side. We will leave the stream running, but it is his turn to kind of take over the party, and we want everyone to have a really great time. So thank you, Bay, and I will see you on
Thank
the
you.
dance floor.
Thank you, and congratulations, everyone involved in MESHfair. It has been astonishing this year, and just huge thank you to everyone that's been part of this.
Perfect. All right, we're going to hit it over to you, Tisa. Can't wait to see what you got. All right, Bay, how are you doing? I'm checking how everything's working on this end. Are you seeing the sound in world?
I'm not, no, not unfortunately
Okay,
yet. I think we've got VITVs here with us, so
let's
let's
see.
see.
I think it's working. Hold on. Always fun connecting. I know we did like 3 tests, so I know he's ready and playing. So it's coming. His visuals are there. So everyone hold on 1 second. I'm gonna say we did like 5 tests, so I know his tech is set up. He's live. But anyway, while we're waiting, I'm like, I can see. Oh, I think we're going to flip through to him in a minute. But I am in world. For anyone that wants to join the party, we are in world at 6161. These screens are where the DJ will take place. And don't worry, we will extend the party for as long as we need to here as it jumps in. So Tisa is our new DJ. He has been DJing in real life before, but this is his first metaverse party. He's super excited to jump in. I want to give a shout out to Biometa, who has been training him, which has been awesome to see how we can get a new DJ set up for the party. I see everyone chatting, and I love all of the outfits. Bae, I'm tempted to walk around and get a view of kind of
We
what
do the
everyone's
Oscars.
wearing, you know? The gala, people came dressed up. There's Sherry. We have
Sherry's looking
Kronos
great.
always showing up in a gown, looking good. Oh, I love this hat.
So I'm hearing some music, but I think I'm
Yep,
not sure if it's,
it's coming.
yeah. So I'm moving the hat.
It's
I
coming.
really, what I really like as well is seeing
Oh, this one's fun.
avatar wearables that have been created by creators that are within the community and keeping creating. So it's so cool to spot work by Doki 3D, work by DigiFundDAO. I can see people wearing dresses from Metaverse Fashion Week last year, Metaverse Fashion Week dresses from 2 years ago. Just the history that's
Totally.
starting to pile into digital wearables. And I know that your wings are from the Phygital
Yes,
guys that were here
design.
in Metaverse Fashion Week last year. I'm wearing a dress that we had from Metaverse Fashion Week. I
Oh,
know that
where are you,
Sherry.
Bae? We need to.
I'm doing the party phone. Like I'm the party phone emote that's going on right
Oh
now.
my gosh,
So
you're the red.
I'm the
Amazing.
red.
Look at these
so,
outfit, everyone. She is a vibe right now. Oh,
so I am wearing a red dress from Metaverse Fashion Week last year. I'm wearing some moon boots and
this
I'm
is
wearing
both.
Doki 3D's new pass for her Decentraland Wearables season pass, which I'm very proud of and I'm enjoying wearing a lot. We should say there's been the MESHfair wearables as well to click and catch if you haven't already.
Mhm.
Scoots up your MESHfair halos. We do a different MESHfair color halo each year. So I think some people have been asking, can I get a lime? I'm really sorry. We did the white and the lime last year, and this year we've done black and purple for Epilepsy Day, which we opened on Tuesday. So it was World Epilepsy Day, so we did a purple MESHfair halo wearable to kind of bring the purple into the virtual worlds as well. How are we doing on the stream?
The stream is streaming. Oh, there we are. Let me pull him up. There's our DJ, Mututisa. There he is. All right, I turned my sound off so I can hear you, Bay. Hold on, I'm going to put it on and check how we're doing. There we go. We're live. So keep on shining. I feel it. And you know you feel it too. Keep on giving all your love. So for everyone that is listening in, hi, welcome to the Decentraland Art Week Awards Gala. We currently have DJ M2Tisa playing down at 6161 if you would like to join the party. This is an awards gala, so dress your best and come on and hang out with the community. They're all dancing down there. You can hear the music lightly in the background here. But we are in world again at 6161, and we want to welcome DJ M2Tisa for his first Decentraland performance. Little bit of technical difficulties to get it started, but he is now crushing it and excited to put on a set for everyone. Hope you all have a good time. I'm going to leave the stream running in case some people are working and listening on the sly or not able to jump in, but we're so excited to have you here as a part of Art Week. If you missed our awards section, I will be tweeting it out in a few minutes. So let's make sure to give a huge shout out to our award winners, Carla, Radix, and Kanzi. I'll be sending that tweet out soon. All right, enjoy. I'm going to mute myself for a little bit so we can all jam out.